Last class did we do practical session as well? No, right? We did not do practical session. I mean, like one node we created. Okay, let me check it. I'm not sure. Okay, okay, fine. Right. Okay, 2 p.m. Krishna Kanthavati, okay. Did I create those missions already? Oh, I created, right? I created one. So the product is lost. So I'm unable to find those missions. Okay. In the meantime, try to set up one more, 2 or 3 missions. I mean, like 2 missions, and try to attach that one, right? So I'll be creating my mission because I don't have those missions with me. Okay, machines are ready. So were you like able to go and log into the machines through master through clients, right? So what I'll do is like, let's say this is my node one. So in the meantime, what you'll do is like, okay. Yes, when we are creating node, then generally you don't need it. If you're doing it in the Google Cloud accounts, right? Directly switch to the Jenkins user, add him to the Google sudoers. That's it. Google sudoers. So when you're in your VI sudo file as well, we'll uncomment that particular thing, or if not, you can change it to something like no password, the earlier one itself. You can keep the same below one. If not, you comment the wheel one and uncomment the second one. Two wheels. And it says, yeah, without password we need to choose. Yes. And comment the earlier one. Right? Sure. So generally we should never use passwords. So how we are logging actually? Now how would I log? I mean like, am I giving any password? How my authentication is going? Through SSH, right? Basically I'm using public and private keys to do the authentication. That is always the preferred method to log into the machines. Right? So let's say I'll do the same thing, sudo user add Jenkins, rid of password, right? And I'll say sudo user mod -ag. I have Google -source and I'll keep the user called Jenkins. And if I say ID Jenkins, yes, is a part of Google sudoers. Right, okay. In the meanwhile, let me switch the users. Sudo su Jenkins. Right, I'm under the Jenkins user, and I'll say go to my home, ssh hyphen keygen. Right, then I'll say sudo vim dot ssh, not sudo vim dot ssh. Okay, authori authorized underscore case. And I'll go to my Jenkins user here, sudo, okay. I think I did not create that one as well because that machine is lost. Sudo vim / etc password. I'll go to the end of the file. You see there is bin false. I'll make it bin bash. Save up the things. Then I'll go sudo user mod -ag Sorry, small. Okay. Hyphen ag Google hyphen sudo and what's the username? Jenkins, right? And sudo do we start Jenkins, right? And let me go to sudo su Jenkins. Yes, I'll say cd, and if I do pwd, yes, I went varlib Jenkins, and I'll say ssh hyphen key check. Generate the keys vim dot ssh. I'll go to id rsl public key of my Jenkins. I'll copy it up. I'll go back to my authorized keys and I'll keep it. And I'll save it. And while doing so, I need to make chmod 600, right? For .ssh authorized keys. Now, if I try to log in from Jenkins, ssh Jenkins at the rate IP of my node. This is the IP of my node. Yes, I was successfully able to log into my node 1. Looks good. Let me log out. So I'm currently into the bash. That's what we did, right? So basically we created one node, we attached this particular node to this machine. Now what we'll do is like, we'll run some projects, right? So what I want you to do is like, I'll run one particular website today there. What I want you to do is like, try practicing this one. Create the second node. In that second node, what you'll do is like, uh, go with the standalone or web app. Oh, if not, go with something like standalone application. So we generated through Maven, right? We generated a Maven standalone application. What I want you to do is like, generate one of the standalone application inside your Jenkins machine. I mean, like you got in the Jenkins machine. I mean, like in the master machine, you got two users. One is Jenkins user. Another is your main. I mean, like your email ID user, or if not system user. In that user, generate one project using Maven standalone application. Push it to your GitHub. That project, and when you are configuring your job, I mean like that standalone job, take the GitHub from that, I mean like whatever the project which we generated through Maven, run that project on node 2. Making sense, right? Nope. Okay, just a second. So actually we got two machines right now. For me, this is the second machine. You will anyway do this one, right? Along with me. Now what I want you to do is like, I want you to work on our previous kind of Maven. I mean, like we generated applications through Maven. Right? I mean, like you went, we generated that standard application, right? We were even like pushing it to the GitHub. I want you to do the same thing under root user. I mean, like your email ID user or system user, not in the Jenkins, not in this specific machine. I mean, like in this machine. So currently, I got my Ravi user. Right? I want you to generate a project in this one. Push it to your GitHub. Right? And you will be configuring the job anyway in the master, right? Configure the job in such a way that when you run your this standard application, that application should run on node 2. I'll show you how I'm attaching the node 1, how I'm running my website under node 1. In node 2, I want you to run the standard application. So anyway, I mean like you already know like how to generate the project. That is clear, right? How to push the project to GitHub. That is also clear. What I am doing is like instead of running that application under node 1 or master, I want you to run it on node. Right? Okay. So first I'll do it, then you try the second. Right? So currently I'm here. So let's go and create one new project. Okay, let me record the session. Okay, it's recording file. Right. So what I'll do is like, so now you tell me like I'll work on one of that food website which we started. Right. So let's go to the food website. So I don't even need to come here, right? But I need to attach this to my Jenkins master first because I did not attach my node one yet, right? Is it connected? Did you attach node 1 to master? Connection is working, that's it. SSH is possible, but we did not attach it, right? So we need to attach first. I mean, like you need to tell that node, this Jenkins is a master for you for node 1, right? How you are going to do is like, you see there is something called like manage Jenkins. Go to manage Jenkins. Right, I'll say manage Jenkins, and under manage Jenkins, you see there is something called like manage nodes. And what it says, add, remove, control, or monitor various nodes that Jenkins runs jobs on. Right? Manage Jenkins, manage nodes. And you see currently we only have master. I mean like this machine itself. But I want to go with nodes as well. I mean like I want to add new machines here. Right? You see there is something called like new node. I'll click on new node. Yes, let's say this is something like my node 1. And I'll say yes, this is my permanent agent. Right. Now, what is the prerequisite? I told you that when you are working on node machines. Sorry? Handshake is done. Fine. Then that is handshake only, right? Attaching public is nothing but handshake. I told you one more thing. Java should be installed. Right? So you need to go and set up Java on your that particular. Let's see if I don't set up Java, what happens without Java. Now, no Java is installed on this machine, is it? My node 1. If I say Java, there is no Java in this, right? Let's see what happens without Java if I try to connect. I mean, like if I try to add that node to my master. So let's go. So node 1 description. Let's say this is my website build machine, something like description. So how many executors you want? I mean, like you know, right? Why we use executors? Parallel builds. In parallel, how many builds you want to run? 2 or 3 or like that. So currently, let's say okay 1. And what is the remote root directory? What is the remote root directory? Sorry, bin bash. That's the shell. It says root directory. What is root directory actually? For Ravi, what is the root directory? For the user called Ravi, /home /Ravi. Similarly, for this Jenkins user, no, that is master. We are adding node. What is the home directory for me? Making sense? That's the node. That's the reason why, right? So I'll copy up my home Jenkins and I'll say this is the root directory. I mean, like all my builds when I'm running, they should run on this machine. That's what I'm trying to say. See, what it says actually, what we are configuring currently? Node, right? You are attaching node. So which location you need to give? Obviously node, because we are telling that master will work on node, right? And labels. This is very important. So let's say this is my let's say something like websites. Any role. I mean like some meaningful name, right? Let's say this is something like website hyphen machine. With the help of these labels only, I will tell Jenkins to run on this machine. When I'm configuring the second node, right, give something like Java machine, right? Making sense? With the help of labels only, we are going to tell on which node you will be running. Then it says use as, and it says Launch method. How you want to go and launch this? Launch the agent via SSH. Right? It says host. What's the host? No. See, this is for your node only, right? Every information present here is nothing but it's a node information, right? So my node IP is this one. Host is nothing but your IP, right? And what's the credentials? Yes, that's it, right? What's the host? Node host, right? And it says credentials. So what type of credentials I should give there? Mhm. Tell me what is credentials? Password and username. But do I have password and username for node 1? No. We are authenticating through SSH keys, right? Public and private key cables. So I will say add. Now you see what it says. Global credentials. Username with password. Is it the way I am logging in? No. I am logging with. Making sense? And I'll say yep. So what is the username? Jenkins. You see node 1, right? So when you are configuring master and slave, always remember about slave configuration, right? So it is Jenkins, right? So let's say username is Jenkins. And where is the private key present? Right? I'll say yes, it is there itself under my home directory tilde dot ssh. Done. Then I'll say there is no passphrase, right? We just like entered, right? So there is no passphrase. So I'll just remain it. And idea I'll give something like this is my node 1 passphrase. So when you're generating SSH key, you see once you press enter, it says enter any passphrase. But we are not giving any passphrase, right? We are just like clicking enter, enter, and enter. If you give any passphrase over there, you need to attach it here, right? And let's say description also I want to give the same. This is very important when you're configuring ID and description. Always give that relevant name. If you give something like node 1 for everything, right, you get confused, right, which username and password is for which machine, right? Because I'm configuring node 1, that's the reason why I'm saying ID is node 1 and description is node 1, right? I'll say add it here and I'll say credentials use, see Tomcat is there, but actually I need the Jenkins and node 1. Yes, it says non-verifying strategy, right? And you see, I mean, like whatever the information I have here, it's like very simple. One is just the node name you want to go with, number of executors, what is the remote home directory of your Jenkins or any particular user you configured with. Then say I'm giving the label called website-machine and I'm telling use this node as much as possible. That's all I need to do. I'll say save. Now you see, node 1 is currently offline. It's not yet connected, right? Once I go and click on this node 1, I'll say launch agents. You see, let's see what happens. You see connection closed, right? Let's go to the first, what it says, opening SSH connection to the machine. Then hosts are being verified. Then it says authentication was successful, right? Then it says the remote user environment is bin bash, yes. Then what it says, it's going down, down, down. So it executed something. And what it says, is Java there? That's the reason why I was unable to connect to that machine. Now what I'll do, I'll go to my node machine and I'll say so I'm going and installing both Java and JavaC. Once the installation is successful, then we can go and connect to our machine without any problem. Right, Java is done. Now it's going for Java C. Right, I have both Java, yes, and Java C. Right, both are good with me. Now let's go and check in the configuration again. So if I go to my nodes and if I click on my node and if I say launch agent, it says again connection, authentication successful. Now you see it says starting and it says this is like Unix agent successfully connected and online. Right, now it got successful. How we can say if you go to the nodes, it says live. Right, now what I want to do, actually what job I want to write here, sorry, I want to run the website, and we already seen how we can run the website, right? The last steps. So when I was working with something like the first what do you say, first job, when I was writing, I wrote my same job over there, right? I'll do the same thing. So what I'll say is like, I'll go here and I'll write a new job. What is my new job? Let's say website test, something like that, and I'll say freestyle job. I'll say okay, and that particular job is there here, right? GitHub, Krishna, that was food, this one, right? This is what I need actually, the sites. So I'll say copy and I'll go to this particular thing. I'll say SCM. This is where you need to pick the project from. And what should I do in the build step? Right, tell me what I need to do here. You want me to install HTTPD, okay? Not systemctl, right? Install. Right. What's the next thing I need to do? Sudo service HTTPD start. Okay. Next. Sorry. Okay. Another person is telling like I need to place the website, right? So what I can say, git sudo git clone slash HTML. No, right. I put that, right? Next. Yeah, git clone. Yeah, I have given, right? Var www html. Acha. Right. No need. Yes, I need to give because it was there. It was not there in the GitHub, right? Yes. If not, what I can do is like git clone there. If not, I'll do this SCM because I don't need this one, right? Anyway, I'm directly cloning it here itself, right? What is the next step? Sorry, that's it. Is it correct or wrong? Sorry. Okay, I am not implementing continuous integration. At least like for first time, I need to make this up. Is it going to work or not? Okay, fine. This, you linked like this is looking good. Shall I go with this? No, basically it is going with RWW HTML, right? So by default in the IP address it will get it up, no problem. We missed one step. Okay, let's run and see like what's the error it throws. So we are missing one step here actually. So I'm saying, okay, now where this project run actually? In this machine or any other machine under node 1. So I'll say configure the projects. You see there is something called like restrict where this project can run. Where it should run? Website machine. That label is important. Website. Yeah, I'm automatically getting it. So I'll say website machine. Right. Avoid spaces and everything. Right. And I'll say apply and save it up. Now if I go here, just there is something called like slave.jar and jdk that which installed when I was setting up that node and slave configuration. Right. Now let's try running the project and let's see what it says actually. You missed one step actually. Okay, so there is two jobs. I'll cancel one of it. Let's see what it says. I got error. So build was failed. What's the reason for that? What it says? So it was installing HTTPD goods. Then it says dependencies resolved. It went and it installed. It started HTTPD. Then right, making sense? I told you right. Whenever you are doing the task in slave, make sure that all the prerequisites are also installed on that slave machine. What is missing there? Git is missing actually, right? So let's say I'll go and install it manually. If not, you can put that in the script. If not, I'll simply say, yeah. No, no need. That's what I'm trying to say. This machine is important because your job is not running there. Your job is running on node 1, right? So if I say sudo yum-y install git. Now git is good here, right? Now I'll go and I'll just run the project again. I'll say web test and did I make any configuration change here? No. All I did was I went there, I installed git and it says successful, right? Now what's the IP address of this machine? I mean like my HTTPD. Yes. Your node 1 is good and running. Making sense? Sorry. తెలుగులో చెప్పండి పర్లేదు. Yes. I did not get that what you're trying to say. So here I install git. Yep. No, these are both the same machines. That's what I'm trying to say. Now whatever the job you configured, it is running on this machine, right? So basically it says like where that particular application should be resolved. That's what it is looking for. Machine. Yes. In what is a master? In master? Yes. No need to install. Why you need to install again? Because it is running again on the same machine. Even if I say yum-y install HTTP here, that's what you're trying to say. I mean like yum install git. That's what you're asking, is it? You're telling that I need to put yum install git here? No need. Why? Because you are already installed it. Now it is running for the second time. Is it installing HTTP again? It only checks whether it's installed or not. Not need to install it here. Yep. So basically I did not go and log into that machine and install HTTP. That's why I did from here itself. Right? Making sense? Right. So I understood, right? Now you see, actually, if I see in my website, Is there any file here? Earlier that day, if you remember, when I cloned, everything was there in workspace. Right? But actually, where is that particular information is going to be? Node 1. Right? You see, this is my node 1, right? Now if I say ls, you see I got workspace. If I say ls workspace, I got website test. And if I go into my website test, okay, there is currently nothing because it's not fetching anything from there, right? I mean, like from my GitHub or nothing. Right? Now what you'll do is like try the same thing with the static application. Right? So what you'll do is like generate one static standalone application, right? Upload it to your GitHub. From GitHub, start building your application. Confused? No? Yes, you need to build it from GitHub. You remember we did the website example, right? We went with the poll SCM, right? Right, do the same thing. If not poll SCM, just like for initially, try to connect to that machine, create second node, node number 2, right? And attach to it your master, create a job for that in the master, start running that task. It should build on your machine too. Yes, try it. That's what. If it's possible, try to keep something like this. That's it. Yep. If not, take this like an assignment. Try it today. So what I'll do is like we got like you can do 2 assignments on. So I told like this is your master. You are having one more thing called node 1 here. I wanted to create one more node, right? So I think like you already have one node, right? In the same node, we are doing the website. You go ahead and call it mail web application. You know, right? How to generate the web application? Yeah. Right? Once generating this web application, go to node 2, install Tomcat. Right? And in master create a job in such a way that it should build application here. Right? Once you build application, what you get here? Sorry? Data. Because it's a web application. Right? Take this one, deploy it here. Yeah, anyway, if you want, you can use copy. If not, if you want to go with the plugin kind of installation, go with the plugin kind.
When we create a job, we have to set node 1 we have to give.
Node 1 should have the build. So this is your build machine. This is your deployment machine.
So there is no need of creating the node in that Jenkins.
Yeah.
But node 2 we don't need to create.
No need to create if you want, yes. If you want, actually you can create that way. But it was somewhat like more of scripting you need to go with. Right? So basically I'm going to in node 2, you need to have Tomcat. This should be deployed to Tomcat. That's what I'm trying to say. How you are going to do it? It's up to you. Right? అర్థమైందా చెప్పింది రైట్ సో బేసికల్లీ ఏంటంటే నాకు ఇక్కడ ఒక వేర్ ఫైల్ వస్తుంది ఈ వేర్ ఫైల్ అనేది నేను ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఎందుకంటే నాకు టామ్లెట్ ఇక్కడ ఎన్విరాన్మెంట్ ఉంది నా టామ్లెట్ వేస్తే 192.10.11.12 ఉంది ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన వేర్ ఫైల్ వేస్తే 192.10.11.11 ఇక్కడ వచ్చిన వేర్ ఫైల్ ఇక్కడ డెప్లాయ్ అయ్యి రైట్ try to do that. Once you do that, then you will get an easy idea of how this environment is working. Right? And Jenkins we still left with So there is like lots. Actually, you need to do all these kind of implementations. So I just like today we had like a project, right? You see, you will build these kind of pipelines. So if you click, it will show like what's happening over there.
Pipeline.
Internet is on. So pipeline, like I told you, right? What tasks we are doing? So let's say compiling tests, running unit test cases, generating reports, publishing it to Nexus. All these are going to be in one sequence. After one particular job is done, right, automatically everything will run by itself. These kind of scenarios we need. So this I'll show you at the time of project actually. So once our master slave configuration is done, we are left with, yeah, that's it. So we are left with one small topic called Jenkins CLI. That's it. So once this is done, then we can move to your next part, vagrant. This you need to do lots of practice actually. So what you do is like try with multiple applications. So at the end I'll show you like all the integrations, how you can connect to everything. Because if I say it again, by the time of your options are completed, right, you'll again forget this particular topic. Right? And in the sense, why I'm not telling right now is because now when I'm doing all this kind of implementations, I might need multiple machines, right? Multiple machines in the sense, let's say I got dev environment, QA environment. I need 3 machines in dev, 2 machines in QA. How you are going to install them actually now with your knowledge currently? You are using Google Cloud and filling them out, right? I don't want like that. I mean like you are going and logging into each and every specific machine, you are telling like install this thing, install this thing. But I want to do it automatically, Docker or Chef. Once you understand those topics, you can implement those scenarios with your Jenkins. Then it will like be perfect picture. Right? So I think like only 40% is done in Jenkins as of now. Just you got an idea like what is the job, how to configure them, right? How to secure your Jenkins, right? Then we went and saw like how you can build your master and slave configuration, right? All this we are going to implement again in your projects, right? So tomorrow we might start maybe. Just like have to look at lamp stack once again. Because with the help of lamp stack only we will implement all of it. Vagrant is completely physical machines. Right? We need to set up Vagrant on your lab workstations. Because Vagrant is like especially for your development environments. If you have very huge data center, then you can go and configure multiple machines with the help of Vagrant. So Vagrant is like code based, infrastructure as code, same like Chef, but it does not have all the features of Chef. Right? Just try it out. If not, just try to complete this one right. If you have any doubts, we can clear it.
It's showing you all the levels in the content.
Again, you got the environment. If not, there's a. Okay. They did not approve it. Maybe.
I have removed all the.
Instance. Okay, okay, no problem. Once you remove all the instances, then you have no problem. So you don't have any other projects, right? Only one project. No, no problem. It will not. No problem. Just like make sure you have strong passwords when you are logging and welcome. Actually, in real time, we don't have this. So when you are configuring the Google Cloud or AWS, right? In real time, what we do is like our office network will not change daily. Actually, we'll have the same specific IP. So we'll say like allow from only this IP. You can only access it from office asset. Or if not, you will have your VPN connections. With the help of VPN, we can log in. For time being, we don't have those things. That's the reason why we are opening to public to everyone.
Sometimes when you're feeling young and you're feeling tough and you're all caught up, but you walk right and you talk right, and there ain't nothing wrong with feeling strong. But I know what you're going through. I know 'cause I've been there too. I walk right now. Hi, very you know, sir, you know. Regular documentation. లేదు నేను ట్రై చేస్తున్నాను కంప్యూటర్ మీ జాబ్ చేస్తారా కృష్ణ మనము రాలేదు అదంతా ఉన్నాయి కదా వచ్చేసి ఎంత నేను ఎంత రైతు అని ఇప్పుడు సరే ఇప్పుడు టెక్నికల్గా ఉండే వాళ్ళు టెక్నికల్గా ఉందంటే నైట్ పైన లేదా నీకు ఏదైనా క్లాస్ ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ అవుతాయి త్వరగా చేయమని చెప్పు సాయంత్రం ఎక్కడ వర్క్ చేస్తారు నేను సాఫ్ట్వేర్ సొల్యూషన్స్ వేవ్స్ ఏమైనా సజెస్ట్ ఏమైనా పెడితే చెప్పండి చెప్తాను ఉంటా Jenkins Class-5